Imagine living your life exactly how you want it to be, having all the money you want, engaging in activities that you enjoy with people that you like. You see, everyone wants the same things: financial security, to be physically fit, to be in loving relationships, and achieving our own goals. And more often than not, we actually know what we have to do. For example, go to the gym 4 times a week and eat a healthy, high-protein diet. But the problem for the vast majority of us is the self-discipline and consistency. In this video, we'll be covering exactly how you can overcome these obstacles and achieve success in every aspect of your life. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr Aziz. I'm a psychology graduate of Cambridge University and also a medical doctor. In this video, I'll be covering what was basically a life-changing book for myself, a complete game changer, and that is Brian Tracy's best-selling book, No Excuses: The Power of Self-Discipline. It's a fascinating read in just over 300 pages, but as always, don't worry, you don't have to read it because I've done the hard work for you and will be presenting all the key points in the next 7 minutes or so. Have you ever wondered how certain individuals who have the same 24 hours of the day that you do manage to get a lot more done and even become very rich? For the most part, this is because they have got self-discipline. The author Brian Tracy gives his own life example. He certainly did not come from a privileged background. When he was 21, he was just about getting by, working in construction with no car, no savings, and living in a tiny apartment. It was at this point he decided to take responsibility and change his life. He decided to stop blaming his problems on his childhood and his lack of education and rather take control of his life. He started researching into self-help. He started to work both smarter and harder and dedicated his life to self-improvement. Today, he is a multi-millionaire owning multiple corporations. Firstly, the single most important takeaway point, and believe me, if you implement this one concept in your life, it will change forever. And that is the definition of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. Make a note on this final point. Your discipline should not be contingent on motivation. Just do it. Go through the motions. Believe me, I speak from experience when I say if you incorporate this concept of self-discipline into your life, it will change forever. Every time you want to skip the gym or binge on some junk food or leave that work or study session that you know that you should be doing, think of this definition: doing what you should be doing at the right time, whether you feel like it or not. There are 1,000 other self-improvement tips, but without self-discipline and consistency, everything else pales into insignificance. The 7-step method. Studies have found that if we write down our goals, we are more likely to commit to them. More than just write our goals down, Brian Tracy advocates a 7-step method to achieving our goals. Number 1, decide what you want and be specific. If you want to accumulate more wealth, write down exactly how much. If you want to lose weight, write down how many pounds you want to lose. Number 2, write down your specific goal. As mentioned, by writing it down, you're more likely to follow through with it. Number 3, set a target completion date. Keep it realistic. If it is a large undertaking, break it down into subtasks. Number 4, list everything needed to achieve the goal. This includes potential obstacles and the additional skills and knowledge you may need to acquire. Number 5, prioritize your tasks. Put your most important tasks at the top and get them done first. Number 6, start immediately. Start on your tasks right away. Seize the moment. Remember, procrastination is the thief of time. Number 7, daily work. Do something every day that works towards your goals. Consider the story of Bob Barton, who wanted to get ahead in his sales career. He paid close attention and tried to imitate how the senior salespeople at his company talked and dressed. This did help to a certain extent, but it wasn't until he asked one of the top salespeople to recommend a book that he really started seeing results. They were flattered that he asked and continued to recommend books and audio programs. By disciplining himself to read and listen to them, Bob became the best salesperson in the office. Lessons to learn from Bob's story: be proactive, learn from others, don't reinvent the wheel. The book then goes on to facing fears and how to overcome them. We all have fears such as not earning enough money or losing what cash we do have. Rest assured, our fears are not hardwired, rather they are learned behaviors, and with a little willpower they can be overcome. Brian Tracy advocates a 4-step disaster report. Number 1, describe your fear clearly. Number 2, determine the worst case scenario. For example, are you not investing because you fear that you will lose all your money? When you confront your fears, they gradually become more manageable. Number 3, find solutions for the worst case scenario. For example, if you did lose some of your money, big deal, you can work extra and make it back. Number 4, do everything in your power to ensure the worst case scenario doesn't actually play out. 80% of global wealth is owned by 20% of the people, but we all have the potential to move from lower income brackets to higher ones through hard work. If you work for a company, then you should do your best at whatever work your boss delegates to you. This is what the author himself did when he was working at a property development company. His boss once asked him to fly out to a site for a property development project. Instead of going in 2 weeks as planned, Brian Tracy went the very next day. He realized the property had no access to water and could not be developed. He immediately cancelled the contract and saved the company nearly $2 $2 million. Needless to say, his boss was very impressed, and within a year he was promoted, managing 42 employees. Delayed gratification and the 1% rule. As children, we didn't have much money. As soon as our parents gave us some, we went and bought sweets, which in our minds formed an association between spending and pleasure. As adults, however, this can be problematic and lead to losing most, if not all, of our money. The first step towards financial freedom is practicing delayed gratification, and the 1% rule can help with that. What this means is to save 1% of your earnings every month. So if you earn £3,000 a month, just save £30. As soon as you learn to live off the remaining 99%, you can increase the savings ratio to 2% and so on. As time goes on, you train yourself to spend less and save more, and you can progressively pay off any debt you have and begin to attract more wealth. Remember, you either suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Overcoming procrastination. We all have limited time, and the truth is there is never enough time to do everything you want to do, but there is always enough time to do the most important tasks, and there is a good method outlined in the book called the ABCDE method of prioritization. How this works is you write out all the tasks you need to get done in the day and categorize them. You then work through them with one golden rule. You should never complete a lower value task before completing all the higher value tasks first. So what are these categories? A. Must do tasks. These are major consequences if not completed. B. Should do tasks. These are mild consequences if not completed. C. Nice to do activities. These are nice to do but have no consequences if not completed. D. Low priority tasks. These should be delegated to others so you can focus on the more important tasks. E. No priority tasks. These are not essential to your goals and should be eliminated. Anyway, I hope you learned something useful and enjoyed this summary. I hope you can integrate self-discipline into your lives. If you take nothing away from this video, then just integrate the life-changing definition of self-discipline into your life. Doing what you know you have to do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. If you want to keep learning about psychology, medicine, or life hacks, hit the like, subscribe, and notifications button. Any suggestions or comments, feel free to post down below. Until next time, stay safe.